bursts and catch on fire.
Yeah, that cool dongle that you bought just constantly crashes now and refuses to work.
Great, I love it. Had a good couple of months.
Yep. I have to like uninstall it, unplug it, leave it, replug it in, let it fix itself, and then it works again for a while, and then it stops.
It's
Hence
just
why I'm wearing my over-the-ear headphones this week.
Bluetooth could be such a cool technology if they would ever spend any amount of time getting it stable on OSs, on a hardware standpoint, from anything. Grumble, grumble, grumble.
But why? Yeah.
All right, are you guys ready to get started?
Yep.
All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to a brand new episode of That Video Game Podcast, aka TVGP. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpair.
Hello. Totally did have the show notes open, I swear.
Totally ready, totally prepared. Also the Nymph.
Speaking of being prepared, my tablet is currently dead and charging.
Fantastic. We're killing it this week.
Yeah.
We got nothing but problems this week. But you know what is also killing it is our Patreon page over at e1m1.cash.
The ones are numbers.
$5 a month tier is a recommended one that gets you everything, including the Outcast. We're talking about all the non-video game stuff going on in our lives. A lot of Pokemon TCG this week. I had some TCG adventures in my consistently unfolding TCG adventures in literally the best year to start playing the actual physical Pokemon TCG. It's such a great choice that I've made. You also get early access to We Rogue Like It and Critical Misses at the $5 tier or higher. You have exclusive access to the Critical Misses production meeting and to the Wayward Sons, the Supernatural TV show watchcast. That Moon and Ember going through all of that and more. e1m1.cash.
The ones give us money. Make Boston play scary stuff.
That's right. I stream every weekday, so I can fit some spooky stuff right in there. Did want to remind everybody this is our final week for we're preparing to do our newest Game Club episode. We're playing And Roger, which is available on PC platforms. It's about, I think it's less than $5. It's about an hour, so you can check that out. We'll be recording our Game Club for that very soon. All right, Moon, what have you been playing this past week?
Okay, so I need to talk about Grounded because I forgot to talk about this last week when I was actually talking about it.
Okay.
Or when I was actually playing it. New Game Plus is still great. It is still installed, so on and so forth. Don't bother pulling up a video, Boston, because this is going to be quick. I just forgot to talk about the Red Ant incident.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like you gentlemen to pull up your phone and go into the chat channel for the recording studio for this show.
Mm-hmm.
Not the video channel, the chat channel. And just to hit that first spoiler tag for me. And I will post these images in the regular Discord for people later today, probably.
Pulling up my the Red Ant situation.
Looks like you had a party.
Yeah, there's a field of red ants lying on their back.
They're all dead.
Yeah, they have perished.
Well, except for one that has a quarter health at the top of your screen.
Well, yes, except for one.
He
But
soon
yeah,
too shall perish.
He's working on it. Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, let's just say there was like 25 minutes spent like in the Red Ant place trying to make progress. And most of that time was literally just standing in this one corridor while it feels like every single ant in the hive decided it was party time, and that was just hilariously fun for everyone. Like, you know, fantastic, yay kind of moments.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Grounded continues to be really fun. I'm very much looking forward to the sequel coming out of Early Access, which is when I will actually play it.
Right.
I played the Sega Genesis / MegaDrive collection. Finally got all of my achievements in that.
Hey, nice.
nice.
And while you have that Discord channel open, do me a favor and click that second spoiler tag.
I did see that there was an additional
Filling out Maxon.
an additional achievement unlocked in there. Maybe for one
So
Toe Jam and Earl 2.
I have this achievement.
Mm-hmm.
I also already got the Toe Jam and Earl achievement, which was get the secret
Secret
get the,
World or
the
whatever.
secret world.
Yeah.
Yes. I got to like stage 5 of Toe Jam and Earl 2.
Oh Lord.
And I was like, why can I not find this stupid hula girl?
Please end my suffering.
Read the image again for me, please, Boston.
Oh, okay. 1 second. Let me open up Discord here again. Toe Jam and Earl dance the hula.
You didn't need to find it. You just needed to do the dance.
No, you need to find the hula girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't say 2.
Oh, it's
it's just
first Toe Jam
and Earl.
Well then.
So I stopped playing Toe Jam and Earl 2.
Sweet freedom.
And I went back and played Toe Jam and Earl 1.
And within 5 minutes, you dance the hula.
Within 5 minutes,
In the secret
I danced
level.
the hula. The secret ones don't count. You can't do it with the secret one, unfortunately.
How dare
You have to find it in the regular world.
Mm.
However, if you do fixed game, it's literally the third floor, the third level. There's a hula
Right.
girl right to the north.
Incredible.
So I danced the hula,
Mm-hmm.
and it took every ounce of my effort to not throw something across the room about my wasted time playing the god-awful monstrosity that is Toe Jam and Earl 2.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, English is a difficult language.
Well, and like so many of those other games don't have multiple achievements.
They
per-
don't. It's
yeah.
like Sonic 1, collect like 500 coins. Sonic 2, do Green Hills mode in mirror mode in under a minute and 30 seconds.
Right.
Sonic 3, do this. Streets of Rage 1, do this.
Yes.
2, do this.
So the expectation isn't Toe Jam and Earl 1 will have multiple achievements. Like I'm not sure why that's weird.
Because they agree that Toe Jam and Earl 2 is a hot garbage of a game.
Yeah, you don't even need to fire it up. Don't do it.
I'm more than a little bit annoyed at myself for not reading correctly. Either way,
I see where it comes from though.
we did it. We beat it. We uninstalled it. We're done. We don't have to
Freedom.
worry about that game anymore. That game is completed, uninstalled, and removed from that field, so I can never find it again unless I choose to unhide all, which would take quite a bit of effort for me to unhide them all.
And now I can finally tell everybody that I've been changing the name of Sonic's Genesis Mega Drive collection in the show notes and the chapter markers on these episodes for every single time you've talked about it.
Changing it to what?
To whatever random collection of Sonic's Ultimate Super Coin Special Collection Mega Drive Edition.
Okay.
For however many times you've talked about it, I've gone back and been like, oh god, I need to come up with another one. Okay, Super Sonic's Genesis Mega Drive Edition.
Genesis Collection.
I mean, you're doing better
question
than
mark?
Sega. So
That's true. I've got a million references to Sonic I can make in here.
Don't worry. I'm just looking to see if there's a Genesis Collection too. Hold on.
Sonic's Ultimate 100 Ring Collection.
No, there isn't. It doesn't look like it anyway.
Phew.
Very annoying.
We're safe. They learned from Toe Jam and Earl 2. You just don't make a second one.
I pulled up the Xbox Store version of it, and it's like, you own this, install? I was like, no, not again.
No.
Thank you very much.
No.
There's only one other game I've played this week.
Okay.
Literally only one. I have had such limited time. I worked 6 days. I'm tired. I'm sleeping like crap. I'm coming home and going, oh, hey, it's time to do something, and falling asleep while I should be recording Wayward Sons. Sorry, Nimp.
So you played Toe Jam and Earl 3.
Yes, I
Yep.
played
Promptly fell
Toe
asleep.
Jam 3, otherwise known as Helldivers 2,
That's right.
Woo.
which is on the Xbox now, my preferred platform where I can sit down on my couch and play things. And hey, guess what?
Yeah.
Helldivers 2 is still baller as hell.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
Do you feel the democracy in your veins?
I do.
It's managed.
Have you
too.
loaded it up since the ODST thing got dropped?
I did, yes. And I played like one round forever ago, but I haven't touched it since just because I've been busy.
Okay. Do you know what what is the war bond? Yes,
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
war
War Bond.
bond. Do you know what the full name of that war bond is?
No, I just know it's a legendary war bond. I didn't look at the actual name of it.
It is, and it's called Obedient Democracy Support Troops.
That's
Huh.
right, because they were so ODST is now officially part of the Helldivers lore as that. They were like
That's
comic
funny.
book characters and believed to be like a myth until they showed up now because they're supposed to be like higher echelon Helldivers.
That's pretty
Uh-huh.
funny.
And like the cape that you unlock on it, it says Hell Jumpers, which is that's the ODST's nickname for themselves is Hell
Oh.
Jumpers.
That's fun. I like to see
Yep.
them
So, like-
doing the like having fun with doing that in universe.
Mm-hmm. It's a little annoying though because I'm playing on the Xbox and there is no cross save, nothing like
Oh,
that.
sure.
So
Yeah.
start from scratch, baby.
Yep.
Which is very annoying when you're trying to unlock the Halo assault rifle and everything else, like the boosts and the basic weapons, you have to unlock as well. So it's just
Right.
like. But let me tell you, that Halo assault rifle is powerful as hell, divers.
Mm.
I have heard that all the weapons are fantastic and work exactly how you think they should
Nice.
in both Halo
Yeah, so-
and in Helldivers.
The downside for the assault rifle is it has a very small clip, a very small magazine. Whatever, I don't care. For the type of gunner it is because it's an assault rifle, which is just a primary. But it has medium armor piercing, which Rob tells me is extremely rare in a regular
It-
assault rifle. It is
is.
medium armor piercing. But it's powerful, it's really strong, and if you go into aim down sights mode, it doesn't aim down the sights, it puts it off to one side and gives you a reticle in the middle, just like
Mm.
Halo.
There you go.
So, like, it's this wonderful little, yeah, okay, this is great. Like, I'm not complaining about anything here. Like, I supported the game again. I bought it again. I've unlocked the Halo Warband, and now I'm literally just trying to get my level back up so I can start unlocking things I like to use.
Yep.
I
Did
did play
you-
a fair. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, did you see that the indicator on the assault rifle still always points you to the north on the map?
hmm
That's
Yep.
pretty good.
It's fantastic.
Jeez.
It's really really great. They did they did good. I'll say they
Yeah.
seem to have done genuinely really good with
It's a
this.
very faithful interpretation of Halo in Helldivers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I was playing a lot with friend of the show Rob, friend of the show Justin. Maybe Justin being a Helldiver is a bit of a problem because
What?
he likes his stratagems. He's like if Tom Nook didn't deal in houses but dealt in stratagems instead. That's Justin. Like, you get a stratagem, you get a stratagem, you get a stratagem.
I'm just
and it's
dumping them.
Yeah, everybody gets the stratagems, and it's a problem because he doesn't know what they do, so he just starts throwing them out there and be like, "Yeah, this one will work."
Ah, the one looks fine. Sure.
Yeah, I just called in a
So-
hell bomb. That sounded
right.
pretty powerful. It's
Why'd
like,
we all die?
gosh, come on.
Yep, we deliberately pointed him away from the 500-kilogram bomb.
Yeah.
Because
Dude, I
we didn't
always
want
use
Justin.
that.
We didn't want Justin having access to it though.
Yeah.
Between that and the orbital strike, both of those do really well against like Titan class enemies. Where it's like
Uh-huh.
you've got something big coming your way, and you just see two stratagems coming out of my fist at the same time. It's like, nope, here are the two big heavy hitters I've been hanging on to this
That's
entire
right.
time.
Yep. But no, wait, like we've been having fun. We've been playing around. So I can't. I literally was playing it earlier, and I can't remember the name of the auto cat. Yes, the auto cannon. So I was playing with Pete and Rob and Justin, and Pete had unlocked the auto cannon, which, as I'm sure Boston doesn't know, and if you're listening, you probably don't know this. The auto cannon is a gun and a backpack combination. So you get a backpack full of ammo, and the gun is big. It's like a big rocket launcher, except it fires like anti-material rounds, like
wow.
anti-tank rounds, essentially.
Yeah, think like they took an artillery barrel, took it off the wheels, and you're just running around with
You
the
have it
barrel.
on your shoulder.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So you can do that by yourself, and then you got the slow reload and everything. But then Pete called down another one, so I ended up with one, and he had one. So we started our own personal autocannon meta, where I'm literally just I clicked A on Pete, and then he was just like walking around with me hooked onto him. So I'm doing the reload animation as he fires.
Mm-hmm.
And now we all have autocannons, and as soon as I'm level 15, I will be buying myself an autocannon, so then the autocannon meta can continue to just rain nightmare hell on everybody.
Yeah.
Who needs drone backpacks when you can carry an autocannon around?
Right.
Who needs shields when everyone's got an autocannon?
Yeah.
But then I did notice at like level 25, there's like drone missiles that you can get that operate similarly. So
And they're just as dangerous as everything else attached to a drone.
Mhm. So we're going to evolve our own meta, we'll say, and right now
Yeah.
we're just operating the autocannon meta, and we'll see how things go from there.
I love
Nice.
We like big guns, and we cannot lie.
Exactly.
Is the message I'm trying to send.
Mm-hmm.
But that is literally all I've been playing because I have had zero time. I'm so tired. Sleepies, Nymph, send me to sleep.
So yeah, my gaming time has been pretty short this week as well. The first game that I really played this week was the first Berserker Khazan.
Mm.
I kind of got stuck in a rabbit hole because this game plays a lot like Neo in that you pick a destination to go to, and you just keep progressing forward, and you get armor that drops for you randomly, a la Diablo.
Okay.
And you equip whatever looks better for you or what works for whatever build you're going for, and you just keep on going your merry way. But when you get to bosses, they have their own special sets.
Oh, okay.
And I just found a boss that has a pretty decent greatsword set. So I'm like,
Ooh,
okay, I'm gonna
alright.
sit here and grind this out. Because
Yeah.
you've got your weapon, helmet, chest, pants, wrists, and boots.
Dang.
So,
All the way kitted out.
yeah, you have like there's like a 6-piece set, and they all have like certain combos where it's like if you have 3 of them, you get like this amount of whatever.
Oh,
And
all
if you
your,
have
like,
all
set
6, you unlock the
bonuses
full
and-
stat. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, this shouldn't be too hard. The first boss that I did try to grind this out on, it took me an hour to get all of their stuff.
Oh boy. Okay.
This other boss that I just tried to grind out today, it took me about 3 hours because it would not drop the pants for me. I had everything else but the pants.
Right.
But anyway, so the story of this Souls-like game is that you are a general who, I'm not exactly sure if he actually beat a demon lord or just beat like hordes of demons, but either way, he's like a very good general who's frontline killing everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it was you and your buddy who was a mage that basically ended like this demon conflict or whatever outside of the empire. And when you get back, the nobles and the emperor don't like how much the plebes like you.
Ah, sure.
So they basically call you a traitor, trump up all these charges against you. They horrifically torture both of them. They kill the mage after gouging his eyes out.
Jeez.
And they send you off to your death
They went
by
all
a
the way.
cart. Yeah. In fact, your character, to prevent you from fighting back, they cut all the tendons on this character so he
jeez.
could not move anything. So he was basically chained up in a cart rolling through.
Mm-hmm.
the game starts out with you on like a snowy mountain pass in this cart, and all of a sudden like this avalanche happens and it knocks the cart off the trail, and a demon attempts to possess your body. And because of this guy's willpower for wanting revenge against the emperor and all that stuff, he basically subdues the demon, and the demon ends up healing his body so that way he can move around again.
Oh, okay.
And now it's kind of like this thing where it's like, all right, you can possess my body, and I can help you with what you need to do here in the world of the living, but you will help me get revenge on all of these people.
Right.
And it's kind of a thing of, okay, yeah, we can probably do that.
Right.
So the demon is in the world of the living because energy from the netherworld is being siphoned. Stop me if you've heard that before from other games.
Boy, who could possibly be siphoning? Oh my gosh, it's the Emperor. Whoa.
Is it Sam Hayden?
That's
Probably.
Is it Sam Porter Bridges?
So this demon, it's actually kind of interesting. The demon itself is made up of multiple, like hundreds of ghosts, like individual ghosts that have all kind of melded together into a phantom.
Oh, interesting.
And I believe it's called like a blade phantom. But basically they're, because of all the melding of all the ghosts and stuff, this demon is fairly strong, and the fact that your character can like basically mentally block him from just completely taking over your body is just infuriating this demon to the point where now it's just sticking around until you drop your guard so it can take over your body, kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, all right, that's pretty sweet, but I haven't made it terribly far into the story, and this does actually give decent amounts of story. This isn't like a normal Souls game where it's like, oh, I have to read like these 6 hidden items that I just happened to come across.
That's right.
And now I'm getting
the Cursed
story.
Kingdom, and that's it. There's a dragon.
Yeah, and you write it on the back of a broken vial that you found
Exactly.
in some trashy, so
That's right.
But yeah, like I was saying, though, the level design is a lot like Neo, where it's like, okay, you have a map, or you have a section that you can walk around in that has characters within it, and there's like a tablet that you can touch, and that will pull up a map of the world. And from there, you can choose, okay, this is the new area that I can go to, or you can go back to previous areas that you've already beaten.
Oh, okay.
So, just like Neo, you pick one, and then it drops you in. If you've already beaten the area, you can fast travel back to its bonfire equivalent, so you don't have to redo a whole area if you're going back for like an item or to kill a certain enemy.
That's nice.
Yeah, you can just pick whatever fast travel point you had, continue on from there. But once you've beaten a level, there's usually a cutscene of some sort. There's usually something happening. There's another character that I have run into who actually saved my character briefly in a cutscene, and now they're helping me get to one of the lords that had betrayed your character.
Oh, okay.
So they don't see you as a traitor, they only see you as like a champion, which is what you are.
Right.
So they're like, yeah, no, I don't care what anyone else thinks. I will help you get to this lord, and what you do is what you do. And it's like, all right, sweet, I can get behind that.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah. You have your standard leveling stuff. You have your standard attributes. There are only 3 types of weapon classes in this game. It's just like a dual weapon where you have like a short sword and an axe, a great sword build, or a spear build. Okay. And all 3 of them have their own skill trees to go through. You don't get enough skill points, at least right now. You don't get enough skill points to really like have enough to. It's like, oh, I'll put like 10 points into spear and see how that works out. It's like,
sure.
But now I'm going to put 10 points into great sword and be able to flip back and forth. You can redistribute those points. You get like an item eventually that you can craft that will let you do that. But for right now, I'm just like, I have big giant stick. That's all I need. I don't.
Yeah,
need
exactly.
anything.
Like I'll min max for that one.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you guys know what I like. Let's just do it. So,
right.
But there are a bunch of different other things. Like you get a javelin that you get to summon, and it's just a throwable weapon. And you can put a perk on there where it's like, yeah, kill an undead with a javelin, they won't come back.
Oh, interesting.
All right, that's very useful. there's other stuff like that where it's like there's button combos and stuff that you can add. I just recently started getting into the button combos because a lot of the skills I forget that I have unlocked, and that's kind of the crap thing. Like, I'm so used to just, all right, R1, R2, L1 for blocking when I need it kind of thing. Or it's like, oh no, now I have to hold down to do like certain skills. I have to hold down triangle as the modifier, and then I can hit R1, and then I'm doing this other thing. So I just recently started messing with that crap. Like, I'm still not even memorizing a lot of it. I had to turn on an accessibility option so I can even see what the multiplier, or what the not the multiplier, the
modifier button is.
Modifier thing. It's like, I just said the word. Why can't I think of it? So that I can even see what my modifier buttons are, and to remind me that, oh yeah, use these skills. They help out, kind of thing. So, but I'm having a blast with it. I am way over level for one of these areas because I've had to fight this boss so many times to unlock all of its equipment. I'm like, well, I didn't really intend to do that. I just wanted it because it had a really cool skill attached to it.
That's like how it looks.
Yeah, so I want to keep knocking this out. Oh, I do have one more thing to say about it, though. So the area that I was in last, it was all like a spider cave thing. So of course there's like poisonous area and you can get poisoned by the spiders and all that. This does have the accessibility option to turn on the arachnophobia mode.
Oh, cool.
I'm like, yeah, and that's what I thought. I'm like, all right, cool. That's great. Spiders don't bother me at all in video games.
But hopefully it's like the grounded one.
Yeah. So I was like, well, let me turn this on and see what this looks like while I'm fighting this boss. I will post pictures in Discord, spoilered, so that it doesn't just show up for everybody.
Right.
It looks way more horrific with the arachnophobia mode on than it does it just looking like a spider.
Right.
Like,
this is way scary. What have you done?
Exactly. It's like when I saw that boss, I was like, oh, I need to take a picture of this. This is just
this is messed up, man.
It's like I would rather see the spider than what this thing is turned into now.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, the Lethal Company one is still the best one.
And that was the one where it just, I'm trying to remember, does it just turn into
It's just a
ball?
box. It's a box with the word spider on it, and then when it dies, the box flips upside down.
That's so good. The one I like the most is the home hotline security one, the one where you're like in a fake computer in the 90s. For the arachnophobia one, it just looks like the old like Internet Explorer broken image thing. It just looks like the image hasn't loaded. It's like, that's really good.
So the boss that I was fighting, which I'll post the picture of for this because that's what I was testing it on, generally a lot of times what the arachnophobia mode does for a lot of games is it gets rid of the legs and it at least turns the parts of the spider into like floating orbs, basically.
Yeah, like takes the legs and the mandibles away, and it's like it's just a big it's a big orb.
So the orbs are there. It does take away the main legs, and there's like little orbs on the ground so you can see where the legs are on the ground.
Oh, sure.
But it has two main legs in the front that it attacks with, and those did not change. Like, those are still there, fully graphic.
Oh, boy.
It still has the mandibles.
Oh, no.
It got rid of the eyes, but now it looks like a skull with hollowed out eyes. And that's why I'm like, this? Yeah, and I'm like, this was the option that you guys looked at? And you're like, no, this is better.
You just turned it into an undead spider now, which is way worse.
It reminds me of the face on the train from the game Choo Choo Charlie.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's just missing the teeth and the smile. That's it.
Oh, you hated spiders? We're going to make it way scarier. There you go. Good luck. It's just like, wait, no.
Leave it to a Souls game to be like, oh yeah, no, turn this on. It'll be funny.
That's right. That's right.
Like,
oh, my God.
So yeah, first Berserker Khazan. I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying whatever mode that was.
Right.
The last thing I have, and I don't have a whole lot for this either, is I very briefly played Division 2.
Mm-hmm.
The new season has started. I haven't done a whole lot. I've completed the first day or the first week of the Manhunt.
Okay.
The next one comes out, tomorrow or Tuesday or whatever. Outside of that, I have, besides noticing that there's like new icons for things that I haven't looked into and I don't know what's going on, I'm like, cool, all right, yeah, this is all...
It's a brand new season. All sorts of stuff.
Yeah, this is all happening. I guess I'll have to figure this crap out.
Yeah.
But the main news that I have is that my son and I have finally started the New York DLC.
Ooh, nice.
And we have run into all kinds of weird glitches.
Ah, Division 2.
Of
You're
course.
still doing it, buddy.
The first one that we had, because we have only done the second. So we both individually, you have to do the first mission solo, and once you've completed that mission, then you can unlock co-op, and it's the same thing for the Manhattan DLC as well.
Okay.
So after that first mission, solo mission, it basically turns out to, hey, we are looking for this one individual. We have no clue where he is at. However, we know where his 4 subordinates are. So take out each subordinate, and it will slowly pin down where the main guy is for us to get at them.
Right.
All right, cool, no problem. The first one that we're doing is an individual that's on a tanker, an old oil tanker that's in New York.
Oh, that mission, yeah, right.
Yep. So before we even get to the tanker, there's like a mission objective that just doesn't proc. Like it's telling us, hey, go here.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, but we are here.
Right, I'm at the thing.
And nothing, like there's nothing for us to interact with. Nothing is happening. All right, let's drop, go back in.
Right, start the mission back over. Yeah.
Yep. We do that. It works like it's supposed to. It's like, okay, now we're here. Now this thing is working. Let's do this fight. And we work our way into the tanker. And you get to a point where it becomes multi-leveled. And you have to take on waves of enemies before the next area will open up so you can keep progressing to the higher levels. We get to just below the highest level. And it's like, all right, activate the bridge. And we're like, where?
Where's the little symbol of interact with this thing?
We don't have an indicator. I had an interaction on one of the buttons, so I hit it. Nothing happened.
The game is like, you fool. Why would you push that button?
So my son and I are running back and forth through this level. We are tracing wires and things throughout this area. We can only go back so far because the doors shut and lock behind you.
Right.
So you can only go so far back from where we were at. So we're scouring this area, and finally my son switched over to Pulse, and he hits Pulse. There's one enemy off the map.
Incredible.
And we can't shoot him because there's a GD pipe in between us and it.
Right.
So we can't take him out. And I'm like,
so good.
Looks like we're starting the mission over.
Time to wipe. Let's do it.
And at this point, I'm like, you know what? We've been having so many issues that it's like I am switching back over to my Pestilence build.
Yeah.
And even if this thing somehow gets off the map, at least it'll have Pestilence and it will eventually die.
That's a good point.
And so we go through and we plow through that area, and it was a lot easier with Pestilence.
Nice.
Clear it all, got to the next spot, no issues, get to the boss fight. We're fighting the boss. We're trying to figure out what we have to do, and managed to wipe everything out in that area. It's like, cool, you've completed this mission. Move on to your next thing. And we're like, sweet.
We did it.
Interesting, but still fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to doing more of that. But yeah, for right now, that's about it. I did one very funny thing. We had talked about a week or two ago. I've been helping out people with like the SHD, like the Collins and stuff like that. I apparently, because I think I was like level 3 or something like that, I got a little keychain with a rainbow unicorn with wings, with rainbow wings.
Oh, that's great.
And it says because helpers are just as impossible to find as flying unicorns. And so that's on my backpack.
That's really good. Good job, Division.
It's like that's really cute, and popped it on there. It's like cool. So yeah, outside of that though, that's all I've been playing. I haven't had a whole lot of time to really do anything this week. So
I played a little bit of the new Division 2 season this week. It's called The Pact, Year 7, Season 2, I believe. I did, there's the first scout mission, and we talked about scout missions a little bit before, of like, go capture 3 zones in East Mall and go do this mission on normal or higher, and it's all the same stuff.
Yeah.
So
Give this outpost like 300 food
right.
or whatever. And,
Yeah,
yeah.
so like I went and I did all that stuff. That's the pretty much the expected stuff. I did do I'm going through the seasonal journey. We haven't talked about
Mm.
this in a while. But every season they have a journey and there's like 7 or 8 high level steps. And each one of those steps has a number of missions underneath it. And the really early ones are like go capture every control point in an entire zone.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's easy. I'll just go to Manhattan, and that has
Craft an island, or not an island, Jesus. Craft an item,
right,
and
like
you've gotten one.
yeah, like do like an optimization on an item. It's like, okay, I'll
Yeah.
just do that real quick. So a lot of the beginning ones are really straightforward, and they'll get you the seasonal modifier stuff. And this season is the storyline for the season is the 3 main factions, the Rikers, the Cleaners, and the Hyenas, are all looking to work together to take down the division. So the seasonal modifiers are all like, they're taking advantage of the features of each one of the factions. And some of the stuff you can get later will let you take advantage of some of the features of a faction. Like the Hyenas one, it removes all of your armor and it leaves you at just your health, and it like triples your health or something, but your damage and your rate of fire and everything goes through the roof. So you turn in this complete glass cannon. I haven't unlocked any of that stuff. I have unlocked a little bit of stuff. There's one thing that was in there that I thought was they were just going to give for free, and they didn't, which is anytime it's a passive modifier. Anytime you break a piece of armor from a tank, it breaks all of their armor. And
That rhino thing?
Yeah, within like a 15 or 20 meter radius, it causes bleed on every enemy in the area. To get that one, you have to break all of the armor on a tank before killing it, and then you get that modifier. And I was like, okay, that's a little bit better. So I was doing one mission for something, and there was one of those tanks with the heavy machine gun, the like belt-fed machine gun.
Yeah.
I just knocked all the armor off of that guy. I was like, okay, now I have that, but thankfully you have to go through and you have to go do the thing before they kind of hand it out to you.
Cool.
The other thing I tried is the new activity for the season called Retaliation. It's a brand new activity for the season. Essentially, the more control points you capture in a zone from one of those 3 factions, the more that they get upset with you. And if you capture enough of them, it's really just all of the ones in a zone. So it's like you go to East Mall, there are, let's say, 4 control points. You capture all of them, it's going to fill up the bar to the max or mostly to the max. And they'll say, okay, the Rikers are ready to retaliate against you. On the main map, which I love, they call the Mega Map. It's like the big main map in the game.
I thought that was really weird because I'm like, wait, did they always call it a mega map?
I think they did, and it's such a good goofy name. I love it. They on the mega map, there'll be a new icon for you to do a retaliation, and it takes you out of the normal map that you're in and sets you in an instanced area, and you have a timer. And it says, okay, you need to retake all of the control points in this area within X number of minutes. I think it starts off with like 7.5 or something like that.
Yeah, something 10 or below.
Yeah, it's below
not a whole
10.
lot.
It's like around 7.5 or something like that. And they just turn you loose. There are no NPCs on the map. You start in the safe zone, and it says, okay, here are the number of control points. Just go. And when you kill an enemy, you get like an extra 2 seconds or something. when you capture a control point, you get a bunch of extra time. There are like these roving kill squads, which are 5 elite enemies with just a ton of HP. When you take them down, you'll get like you have a chance of getting a crafting blueprint, and it gives you like 2.5 minutes or something. That mode is a lot of fun because you need to go capture a control point, and when you clear all the enemies, instead of doing the like pew, the like flare up in the air to call your buddies, your like JTF buddies, you initiate, I think they call it initiate retake, and at that point, depending on what difficulty you're on, they just send you waves of enemies, and they are randomly generated enemies too, so you could just get 3 waves of nothing but shield hyenas, or 2 waves of nothing but heavy machine gun dudes, or a wave of those like weird creepy underground guys that have like the plastic shields and the axes and stuff. They're just,
I always forget about those guys until they show up, and I'm like, where the hell did you just
who are
come
you
from?
guys?
Like, oh yeah, it's the sewer guys.
Does this guy have like a crossbow? Who is this dude? And that's a lot of fun because it kind of flips the game on its head of, instead of you focusing on like very slowly moving through the environment and very slowly like going from cover to cover and stuff, you're pushing the entire time because there's no one there to help you unless you have like a group of people you're bringing in with you. But I just did it solo on challenging difficulty, and I made it with like 8 minutes left. I think I don't remember. Someone in chat will remember how long it took me, but I think it was like 20 something minutes or 25 minutes or something to do it. It was a blast. It was really cool to have a different 19. Thank you for error in chat. It took me 19 minutes to capture 4 zones in a really big area. And it was cool to like get something different to play. And it's like it's not a revelation of, oh my gosh, you added a whole new mode in this game, but it's different enough that it's like, yeah, I could play a bunch of that every week. Like I could play a bunch of that every once in a while. And then you're going to get crafting blueprints for any exotic that's in the open world loot pool, which is pretty fun, especially for people that are like, boy, I would really like to get this weapon or get a better roll on it, or people like you and I, Nimp, that are either starting new or coming back, of like, no, I don't have 10 copies of this gun that everybody has, so a crafting blueprint for that would be really great. Or like, I'm still looking for a better roll of St. Elmo's engine. I could just get that crafting recipe and just start making them until I get the better roll that I want. You could still go play Countdown, which is still the recommendation, but it's nice to have another avenue to go get that stuff. So
it's just one more thing to goof around with too.
Yeah,
because I know a lot of people who've been playing this for so long, they're like,
right, like I have the god roll.
Check it out or don't.
It's like, so that's been fun. I'm looking forward to playing it every week again. Like we've been kind of talking about for a bunch of, like, I'm gonna go in. I played 3 hours on stream this week, and I had a blast the whole time. Like, time just disappeared, and I was like, okay, cool. I got everything I wanted to do done in 1 week, and on Tuesday at reset, I'll do more stuff, and kind of do that for the whole season. And that's kind of what I want it to be, is every week I'm going to log in, have a little bit of stuff to do for a little bit of time, do Retaliation, do some Countdown, and then be like, all right, I'll see you next week. We'll be back for more. So that's kind of
I would say, I think I had enough time to pop in to do like the dailies for like 2 days, and that's about all I've really done with it so far. So
yeah, do a weekly project here or there and kind of call it a day. Yeah,
which sucks because then I started thinking. So I did switch out my striker builds. So now, because I maxed out my St. Elmo's engine, I'm like, well, let me throw the Lexington in here, because everyone's like, if you don't have St. Elmo's, Lexington's a good, rifle to use. Like, let me start grinding that up. And then I'm like, but what do I want as my secondary weapon?
Yeah.
So I stared at a lot of different stuff, and then I'm like, let me mess with the backfire a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
And The backfire is great. The it does a ton of damage, but that's the one that does the bleed buildup on you
Yeah, so it's like this
every
risk
time you
reward
reload.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I don't see it working well with a striker build right now, but if I switch out my Umbra build so that way I'm always regenerating health and I have all my kills, like every time I kill something, I get armor added on and all this stuff. I'm like,
Oh.
I might,
Maybe you
that
can
might be
beat the
workable.
negative effects of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus, you get all the burst damage from the Umbra build.
Sure. Okay.
So I was like,
We got a
that
build
might be
coming
something worth
together.
checking out.
All
Exactly. So I'm
right.
sitting here thinking about this. And it's like, yeah. And then in the back of my mind, I'm just like, well, take a look at the Heartbreaker. What is that?
That's
What's
right.
going
That's
on
right.
with that?
Well,
it's just one
and
more thing.
like
Yeah.
for anyone that isn't building, they introduced in this season a brand new manufacturer, a gear
Oh,
manufacturer,
yeah, that's right. I
and
forgot
a
about that.
new green gear set. The counting, I don't remember what that one's called. But it's interesting because pretty often they're just like, yeah, here's a brand new gear manufacturer with bonuses, and here's a new green gear set that has like 2 and 4 piece bonuses. So go nuts, go get them. It's like that's pretty cool.
Oh crap! And for Pharaoh, who's in chat, yeah, I'm working on the technic class.
Oh yeah,
I think I have like 2 missions that I need to do, and I don't want to do those.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, Division 2, still great. Happy to have a like. I was talking about it on stream. I was having a blast playing Division 2 even between seasons for that couple like 3 weeks or so where it was between seasons.
Yeah.
And like there was the goal of like, oh, get to level 130 for the stretch goal so I could get the Lexington. I haven't logged in since they've sent those to everybody's stash yet. But like I'm just having fun playing it, which is kind of all that I want for a live service game of like I'm going to play a little bit every week and have a great time and then not have to worry about being kind of married to the game the whole time, which is pretty great. Okay. My next game here is Silksong. I played a whole bunch this week, and hold on, I'm trying to pull up my notes here because I'm trying to remember. I beat a bunch of bosses during this run. I seem to have fought the 3 big bosses that cause people problems, and I didn't realize it because I'm really trying to stay in the dark for this game as much as I really can, because part of the fun for me of these games, but especially of Metroidvanias, is like, oh my god, I didn't know this skill was in here, or like, you know, sometimes you'll play those Metroidvanias where there's like, I'm expecting it to get a double jump, like what was the Axiom Verge, where you're like, oh, I'm gonna get the double jump anytime now, no big deal, and it's like, nope, you're transferring yourself through walls, and it's like, oh dang,
Yep.
okay, that was super cool. Like, of course I don't need a double jump, I'm just hacking through walls. This is great. So for me, that's kind of the fun of it, is like, I don't really want to know what's gonna come up. Like, I don't want to know, oh, they got rid of the double jump and they did this and that and the other thing. So I fought Morwing, which is this like really big kind of like owl looking boss, and it took me, I think, like 4 or 5 tries, and a lot of those were like, okay, I've got phase 1 down and it's really good. And oh my gosh, I got it to enough damage that there's a phase 2. Okay, and during phase 2 the attacks change completely and that sort of thing, and I was like, okay, great. Like we're moving through and like getting phase 2 down, and I'll talk about it about another boss here in a minute, but that's the thing I like about these games, and that's the thing I like about Soulsborne games, is like you're fighting a boss and you had a really good run and you made like, you learned one more pattern, or you got just a little bit further, or the first phase of the boss is completely clean and you got through without getting hit at all, and now you just got to nail that. You got to have that one good run to nail the boss, and like you'll have it down any run now when you get that good run. Like that's the stuff that feels so good in these games.
Or you get the opposite, where it's like your first encounter with that boss for the very first time, cleanest run you've ever had, and the next 80 runs you can't come anywhere near that class.
Yeah, it's that first luck, first run luck. So I fought that boss and I was like, man, it's like part of what I like about Silksong over Hollow Knight. I love both of these games. Is that Silksong feels so much faster, and the word I keep using a lot is acrobatic. Like, she moves so much faster than the main character in Hollow Knight, a ghost, I think a lot of people call him now. So, like, you're doing air dashes, and you're sprinting, and you're doing these wild jumps, and you're doing that downward 45-degree angle pogo thing, and, like, all of that stuff felt really great in that Morwing boss fight of like, okay, it's gonna do this attack and it's gonna come out of the bottom of him and hit the ground and go to the left a little bit and then come off the ground and loop back. So I need to like jump over and dash back and dash this way and dash the other way, and it's like it's this very almost like a Guilty Gear kind of fighting game sort of thing of like you're very, very mobile in a way that I felt like you necessarily weren't in the first game. And that feels really, really great. And that clicked for me in a really fun way for this boss fight of like, oh, okay, cool. Like, that boss fight felt really great. And when I finished the stream, I was like, okay, who else loves Morwing? Like, who else really... And everyone's like, go to hell, Morwing! I hope your family dies! And I'm like, what happened? And everyone's like, the worst boss in Silksong and the worst boss in Hollow Knight. I was like, wait, my boss fight? But it's so fun. How could you guys hate? And like, there was a patch that came out that the patch notes said it slightly decreased the difficulty of this boss fight. I have no idea how much, because people were just being unhinged about this game kind of overall for the entire week. And I was just like, okay, that'll be a fight that I really love for myself, and we're not going to worry about what people feel.
Yeah.
The next boss fight I fought was Sister Splinter, this really, really interesting, very vertical boss, because the boss kind of comes out of the ceiling and is slashing down at you the entire time, and doing a lot of like calling these kind of thorny vines down and trapping you in between them and slashing you. Really cool boss fight. Apparently, it's the worst boss fight in this designed in this game, because it has the unacceptable crime of the boss calling minions in, and apparently that's just tantamount to a crime in 2025. I'm not sure what that's about. I liked that fight a whole bunch too. That took me a handful of tries to kind of knock that one down. And then I went through a whole bunch of exploration stuff. I feel like I made a ton of progress exploring a bunch of different areas this week. And one area you go to is called Bellholm. And there's a bunch of like townspeople that are strung up in Silk, and there's like there's a bunch of stuff in this game that is alluding to this kind of like someone's using the Silk to kind of take over some of the townspeople and everything. So I go and I fight a boss fight related to that called Widow, which is an incredibly good boss fight. And that was the most stereotypical boss fight of like, okay, I hit it 3 times and then it juggled me for all 5 of my masks and I got no damage in. Okay, cool. I've got some work to do on this boss. I think it took me between like 12 and 15 tries for that boss, and a lot of it was like, oh, okay, now I know how to get around this attack that it was doing. Okay, I can just kind of float over it. Okay, cool. That makes that whole attack way easier. And then like she's gonna do this attack, and then she's gonna do this other slashing attack, and she does this one after. Okay, now I'm starting to really get the pattern and kind of get the rhythm down. And then of course the boss has a second phase, and the second phase gets super bonkers. Had some incredible stuff of like, eventually she just starts throwing bells at you. There's like a ton of bells in this game. She starts throwing a bunch of bells at you, and they just arc on like a 45-degree angle. I'm just smack my face into them every single time. Of just like, all right, I'm gonna jump over, and it just goes bing, and like half of the time it hits me and then bounces off the ground and comes back up at a 45-degree angle, and I had dashed backwards to avoid it, so it hits me the first time, bounces, and hits me the second time. It's like, oh, okay, well, all right, that's okay, great, thanks, Widow, great, good, great. But like, that was an incredible boss fight, and it's been really interesting to see the reaction to this game this week, because there's kind of two things that happened this week that has sort of set the internet on fire for this one. One of them is the idea of runbacks that people are calling them. It's really just your corpse run. Like, you die at a boss, and you need to go run back to the boss from whatever bench you were at, and along the way, there's going to be some platforming and some enemies or some whatever, and it's going to take you like 30 seconds or a minute or whatever. Apparently that is like, people are really not appreciating that now that they're getting into fights like Sister Splinter or fights like Widow. So like, it took me whatever 12 to 15 attempts to kill Widow. I'm doing the same corpse run every time, and like, I talked about it a bunch on stream. I think the run back, the corpse run, is an important part of games like this. It is at once a chance for you to cool down after the boss fight of like, okay, that run went really poorly. That was not my best showing on the boss. I didn't even make it to phase 2. That was one of the worst ones. I could do better next time. Or like the decompression of like, okay, when she moves to phase 2, she's going to do this attack. This attack is faster, etc., etc. But it's also a trap, because you've done this run however many times you've fought this boss, and you're like, I know this enemy pops up, I do a hop, I jump over this guy, I do a dash, but every once in a while, you're gonna be caught unawares, where you're like not paying attention, or you're like, your head is still in the boss fight of like, I didn't do that one, and like you get roughed up by just a random enemy on the way back to the boss, and you're just like, why? This I can kill this thing in 2 hits. Why did it take off like half of my health? What's going on? And for me, I think that's an important part of these games, and it's been surprising to see so many people being like, well, it's lazy design and it's just wasting your time. And I was like, I can see an argument for it wasting your time. I don't think I'm in the camp of it's lazy design. I can understand people's frustration of like, I only have an hour to fight this, to play this game today. As we're getting older and demands on our time increase. I can certainly understand the frustration of like, I just want to play this game and fight this boss without having to run back for 30 seconds or a minute or whatever.
Yeah.
I can definitely understand that. But I was saying that on stream too, of like, there's going to be that boss fight where you get into it and you die, and it just spawns you right outside the boss door, and you're like, oh no, this one's going to be bad. Like, they don't even worry about like, yeah, we'll take it easy on you. It's like, yeah, but the boss isn't gonna. Like, that's sort of where that's gonna go pretty poorly. And then we of course got the VGC review of this game this week, where the reviewer she dared to give it a 3 out of 5, which again is still a really good review. And
Also, that's one person's opinion.
well, it's
That's kind of the
also
whole.
like I initially didn't want to read the review because I'm really, like I said, I'm really trying to avoid spoilers, but I thought, all right, this review seems to be lighting the internet on fire. So I sort of want to see the approach that she took to the review. She wrote a really good review, and it was basically like, this game is hard. And like, I will agree, this game is really hard. It is way harder than Hollow Knight, and it's way harder immediately. It does very much feel like, the extension of this was supposed to be post-game DLC for Hollow Knight 1, and the difficulty feels very much like, yeah, of course you just finished Hollow Knight. Like, a lot of contact damage for regular enemies, it just does two masks. You got 5. What's the problem? And it's sort of like, okay, yeah, this game's real hard. But the argument she made in her review was like, she found that oftentimes the difficulty meant that the game, because of the increased difficulty, it meant that oftentimes traversing the game, like going from area to area or exploring a new area or the kind of non-boss stuff, felt too punishing. Which I will agree with her. I think that's fair. And she said that a lot of times the difficulty in the game was unfun. And it wasn't the like, oh, I just need to keep doing this. I need to just keep getting better. I need to do the get good part. That stuff felt too punishing to be fun. It sort of crossed that threshold of like, I am still having a really fun time with this game, even though it is punishingly difficult. But because I like that incremental those incremental progress that you're making on these boss fights, especially, like, I liked trying for 12 to 15 times or whatever it was for that Widow fight, because every time I made that fight, I either got a little further, or I learned a new pattern, or I learned how to mitigate something a little bit more, or something like that. Like, I was making a little bit of progress, but I could understand someone going through that and getting to the point where you're fighting this boss. Some people are saying like, oh, I eventually dropped the game because I was on my 35th attempt on Morwing. It's like, yeah, that at that point that is more that has switched over to being more frustrating than fun. So it's been very interesting to see a different approach to this game, and like a different review on this game, other than 10 out of 10, it's the best game of the year. If you suck at it, just get better, just keep practicing. Like, for a lot of people, that's not going to be the thing. There's going to be something that they're doing that they aren't going to be able to get over some boss or some area that's too difficult. And I think one of the big misses in this game, there's 2 big misses, I think. One is there's no accessibility options in this game whatsoever. And I think for a game that's releasing in 2025, I think that's a pretty big miss. And there's no difficulty options. I am so used to, especially for indie games nowadays, I'm used to going into the settings and seeing like, all right, here's a slider for how much damage you do and how much damage you take, and here's God mode, and here's game speed. We even saw that in Forza Horizon 5, and we saw that in Doom, the Dark Ages, and we're seeing all these games of like, cool, if you don't have the reaction time necessary to finish this game, turn to 50%. It's still going to be hard. It just moves at half the speed, or 25 speed, or 150 speed if you want to put it on like ridiculous mode or something. And for a game like this to have no accessibility options feels pretty frustrating. And I think for a lot of people, I think that's where a lot of the frustration stems, is like, I can't play this game because it's too fast, or it's too hard, or the enemies do too much damage, or I don't play Soulsborne games, or I don't play Metroidvania games, or something like that. And those are all to be clear, those are all 100% valid reasons to be frustrated in this game, or pick it up and not want to play it, or not pick it up in the first place. I see so many people like giving people a bunch of grief online. We're like, oh, so you're not even gonna try it because it sounds hard? And it's like, yeah, that's okay, man. Like, this isn't required reading for 2025. Like,
Yeah.
I think
And
people,
not every game works for everybody. So
exactly, like, and a
Yeah.
lot of people are saying like, I didn't finish Hollow Knight because it was too hard, and now you're telling me Silksong is harder, I'm not going to pick it up. And it's like, yes, perfect. That is exactly the feedback that a lot of these reviews or a lot of the impressions should give you, is sort of like, this game is for real, and it's 100% clicking with me in a way that I'm really enjoying. But it's definitely one of those games. It's like Blueprints earlier this year. If someone is like, yeah, I tried Blueprints and I really hated it for X, Y, and Z reasons, I'm like, yeah, man, I get it. I completely understand why that would have been a frustrating experience, or why, RNG sort of messed with you, or whatever. And I'm just lucky that both of these games clicked with me in a very serious way. But I can sit back and look and say, okay, this is why Silksong has clicked with me. This is why I'm really enjoying a bunch of these games, is because of the way that this game approaches difficulty, or the way that this game approaches exploration. And it's still, just like the first game, I really like the two sides of this game. I really like the kind of Metroidvania exploration. You get a new skill, and then you sort of be like, oh, that's where all these areas were that I couldn't get to. That's why they looked weird, or they looked different. Now I can go use this ability to get to a whole bunch of extra areas, or get to a bunch of extra secrets or zones or stuff like that. I'm completing a bunch of side quests, which, let me take a tangent here to talk about this. A bunch of people are really frustrated by the side quests in this game. I don't think they're the most elegantly put together thing in the game, but I would encourage people that are playing this game to not take side quests as mandatory. So, like, one of the first side quests you get is like, hey, we want to improve the town. Can you give us 200 or 300 or whatever of this currency that you have? And we'll improve the town. It's like, okay, yeah, sure. That will probably pay off at some point later. And the other one is like, collect 12 pieces of cloth from these pilgrims that you're running across. And it seems like a lot of people are just going out and like farming 12 of these pilgrims and just getting their shawls or their cloth or whatever immediately. And it's like, you're going to be fighting so many of these things throughout the game as you're going through. The way that I did it felt a lot better, of like, I just killed pilgrims as I was running across them, and then I didn't have to deal with them later. Like, none of the rewards seem like they're worth going out and farming the thing immediately and like making yourself miserable. Like, just fight them as you come across them. Don't ruin the game for yourself. But like, those seem a little bit kind of unevenly put together. And the other thing is like, I love that exploration, and then I love the like Soulsborne kind of boss fight stuff of like banging your head against the boss and making a little bit of progress time and time and time again until you have that great run, or you have that one run where the first phase goes perfectly and you execute it perfectly, and you don't get hurt whatsoever, and you have enough healing or you have enough damage or whatever to make it through the second phase just well enough to finally beat the boss. Or like Nimp, you were saying, you have that one really great first run, and you like motor right through that boss for the first time, and you take advantage of the like first run luck that you have. And like, all that just feels really great.
Yeah.
and I got my first weapon upgrade, so like I do a little bit more damage now. I'm about to get my first health upgrade, and like everything is kind of coming together at this point in a way that feels really, really good. So I really like Silksong. I was hoping I would, based on how much I really liked Hollow Knight. This game, again, I will caution people, you really need to play Hollow Knight first. This game is really, really hard. And it is, if you have watched any of my streams, you will know that this game will gleefully smack me around just because I stopped paying attention for half of a second.
You have a death counter up yet?
I have not. I probably should have. Maybe that'll be something I do for something in the future. But I've just been having a blast with it, and it's really clicking with me. But it's definitely one of those games, like Blueprints this year, of like, all right, I really like this, and this is definitely a game for me. But I absolutely understand everybody's complaints, everybody's criticisms with it, and I understand everybody's frustrations with it, and I think they're really valid. It's not one of those like, no, it's my perfect game. It's oh, you guys are just wrong. You just need to try and just get back in there and keep trying to get in there and get good. Like it's like, no, man, it's often a frustrating game. It's often an incredibly difficult game, and I like that, but it's definitely not a game that is going to click for everybody. So, and that's okay.
And I just looked it up just to make sure. The first Hollow Knight game also does not have any accessibility options.
Right.
But if you were playing on PC, there are mods. I actually was reading a quick I was reading a quick thread. There are mods to help out to add accessibility stuff all the way up to the point of like invincibility. So
that's great.
If you are really interested in playing Hollow Knight and you aren't able to do it for whatever reason, go PC, add those mods. A lot of them didn't look like it was that hard to do it.
Perfect.
To install those mods. Nothing for Silksong yet.
Okay.
But people are working on mods to help sideload basically accessibility options there as well. So
yeah, and like
they're coming. The community's trying to get it out there for other people, because there was like a whole forum that I was reading about this guy talking about how he has MS.
Oh, sure. Yep.
And so like, he really wanted to play Hollow Knight, but he just can't.
Right.
With the way it's set up. So they were giving him help with like all the mod listings and all that stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, and the first Hollow Knight was 7 years ago, and like that was a very different time for accessibility and difficulty options and stuff. And I feel like Control is really the game that I think I saw really embrace that for the first time. I'm sure there were others. That's just the thing that I noticed the first of, like, here's a bunch of sliders.
Control was the first game that actively had God mode, and it also didn't disable trophies.
Exactly. Yeah, because before then it was like, oh, you're playing baby mode, so you can't get the trophies. Yeah. And Control was like, yeah, man, who cares? Like, we just want people to play the game. Like, we're not gonna have any shade about it. So that's why it's kind of disappointing for a game in 2025 to come out and like not really have anything. It is kind of a pretty big bummer. So
yeah. I will say though, I did install Hollow Knight on my PS5. I do have my old save. I'm only 8 hours in. I thought it was a little further than that.
Just scratching the surface.
I have no clue where I'm at in the game.
Yeah.
So if I do go to play it, I might just restart.
Probably, because you're probably like right outside of a really nasty boss, and you're gonna fight it and be like, what am I? What are these skills?
The last thing I remember was the 3 Mantis boss.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might want to start that back over, yeah. So, yeah, Silksong, really great. I'm having a blast. I'm playing it at, like... every time I stream, I usually play in, like, 3-hour blocks. So that's kind of... By the time the 3 hours is done, I'm usually kind of crispy of, like, okay... I don't think I can fight like one more boss. I feel like I'm a little cooked at this point. So that's been kind of fun that I have very kind of distinct chunks that I'm playing this game during. So, all right, that's all I'm playing this week. Let's take a break. I'm gonna close the blinds a little bit because I'm like turning ghosty here.
All I know is there is a lot of loud noises coming from upstairs.
What? that's concerning.
Lots of fun.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
Yeah.
What do you mean I have to go to school tomorrow? It's like, I don't want to go to work tomorrow either.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing a lot of things getting dropped on the ground as well, which is like, are the kittens losing their minds? I hope not.
Right. Is it just
Maybe
kitten
it's-
wrestle time?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Okay, are you guys ready to wrap this up?
I am.
Sure.
Oops, switch that back over. All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk releases for the week of September 15th, 2025, but actually we're going to go back 1 week because I didn't even realize I had my dates all wrong last week because I was like fighting for my life. Borderlands 4 came out last week.
It's fine.
If it makes you feel better, I didn't remember this was coming out this soon either. So.
Well, part of the thing that I run
did-
into is like it's really hard sometimes to tell on a release list.
The pre-order stuff.
Yeah, or 72-hour early access for pre-orders. Like, when is that coming out? When is the full game coming? That whole thing. So, like, it came out last week. Reviews have been higher than expected. PS5 series consoles and PC. Reviews have been a bit higher than expected. It seems like people have been enjoying it quite a bit, which
I've seen a lot of issues on the PC version.
PC version is
with
rough. Yep. Really rough.
crashes, frame rates, performance issues,
Stuttering.
all over the place.
Yeah. So that's been a little bit of a frustration. Console versions seem to be okay so far, so hopefully they resolve this stuff on the PC version as soon as they can. But people seem to be enjoying it. So which I think coming out of Borderlands 3 is exactly what you would want. So I don't.
Yeah, it's pretty much what I wrote in the Discord. I was actually surprised it reviewed as high as it did because everyone just seemed primed to just crap all over this game no matter what. So
I don't blame them.
All right, cool.
I mean, that's what we've been doing for like the last while.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
there is a good reason to crap on this game, but
3
I'm glad
was
the
rough.
actual game was able to get past that.
Yeah, 3 was really rough. All right, let's talk about releases for this week. Lego Voyagers comes out PS4, PS5, Series consoles, Switch, Switch 2, and PC. This is the new game from the developers of Lego Builder's Journey. This is a two-player co-op adventure about friendship and play. So it's, if you've seen that game, the other game, if you've played that other game, it's this kind of like family-friendly co-op building sort of puzzle thing. They give you a whole bunch of pieces. You're gonna build something to like get over a gap or solve some sort of puzzle or something like that. So looks super cute. The people really loved that first one, Lego Builder's Journey. I'm expecting it to be kind of a similar thing for Lego Voyagers here. So, and looks shockingly good. I think that's the same thing about the first one. I was like, dang, you made a cool looking game, man. Sheesh. So that's Lego Voyagers. Next up, Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. Coming out for Series consoles and PC. This is finally coming out of early access. It's a Deep Rock Galactic bullet heaven. So if you have been keeping an eye on this, people seem to really like this game quite a bit, which definitely was not my expectation when they announced this game however many years ago. I was like, okay, not sure I understand the kind of crossover here, but people really dig this game quite a bit. We've been oh no, pulling me off stage with one of a long hook. But we've been waiting to play this on We Rogue Like It for quite a bit because we don't play early access games on the show, and this seemed like kind of the next kind of big budget bullet heaven game. So we'll have to check this out on the show at some point.
Do you guys know? Does this have 30-minute runs or 15-minute runs?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Because if it's a 15-minute run, I've been really dying for like something short.
Yeah, that like kind of bite size. Maze Mice has 10-minute runs. Check out Maze Mice. It's pretty good.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's only like, I don't know, was it $3, $5, something like that? It's pretty cheap. So
something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Next game here, Class of Heroes 3 Remaster comes out, PS5, Switch, and PC. I had forgotten that only the first two Class of Heroes games came out on PSP and maybe
Correct.
PS2 for the first one back in the day, but never the third one. Because I think Working Designs eventually died, which is the only place that would have brought this out, for better or for worse. If you haven't seen the Class of Heroes games, they are really the most bare bones first person dungeon crawling, like more bare bones than the Etrian Odyssey games.
I was gonna say, did you feel Etrian Odyssey had too much going on?
That's right.
This is the one to check out.
Yeah. Did you feel like Etrian Odyssey had too many animations? Do I have a game for you? People seem to really love these games. I think it reminds me a lot of like what I liked about Dungeon Encounters, of like it distills it down to just the gameplay and focuses on making that the best, as opposed to kind of anything else. So
I love the first two games. They were great.
Yeah. So third one's finally here after 15 years, as the trailer says. So. Next game here, Dying Light: The Beast, comes out on PS5, Series consoles, and PC. A brand new Dying Light game? Question mark. It's not DLC, right?
Yes, it was. I believe this is originally DLC for the second game, that then got scoped way out of size, and then is now being released as a full game instead.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's the Silksong of Dying Light.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
And I believe if you bought the Ultimate Edition of Dying Light 2, you get this game for free as part of that, which is why they stopped selling the Ultimate Edition of Dying Light 2 when they realized how scoped this was.
Gotcha. Okay, that must be where I was getting confused about the DLC.
And that's why
for the first one.
When everyone was asking me if I was going to play it, it's like, I don't know. Did they fix the grappling hook? Did they bring it back to the first game or the second game? Because if it's the second game, not interested.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how what the reception to this one is, because people really love the first one, and 2 had a it had a very firm feedback from everybody that played it of like, it's fine. You really nailed it on the first one, and you kind of whiffed it on this. It's not a bad game, but like, you need to go back to what made the first one great. So I'm hoping that if they didn't hear that feedback, I would be pretty bummed about this one coming out and being like, yeah, it's 2.5, and they're like, that's maybe not the direction we're looking to go in. So.
And if I remember correctly, too, the final mission for 2, you could not play in co-op. I think it was the first mission and the final mission. You had to play solo.
Same with Dying Light 1. You couldn't play the final mission in co-op.
I couldn't remember if that's how it was as well.
It involved a choice.
Oh, sure.
Which none of us cared about.
Right.
Well, I cared because this game supplants the fact that they did not choose my ending as the canonical ending. And my ending was, let's just blow up the nuke.
That's right. Let's just blow all of it up.
I think I chose that one too. I was like, screw it, why not?
Man.
And that's why we don't have the cool grapple hook anymore.
That's right. Got blown up.
Because we chose the bad ending.
That's right. That's right. Next game here, Frostpunk 2 is coming out on PS5 and Series consoles. This is that kind of oppressive, super bummer city builder survival thing. People really love the first one. People seem to really love the second one. I would try these games, but they seem to be from like a storyline and setting perspective seem to be the biggest bummer. And I'm kind of not maybe in the mood for that at all. I'll go play some Stellaris, I guess. So it's coming on console.
What, you mean you don't want a dystopian nightmare game?
I know, it's so weird.
Nightmare?
Yeah, it's very weird. Yeah. I haven't seen anything. I tried to do a little bit of looking out there for like, how does it play on controller? And most of the time, a lot of people will be like, LOL, it's coming on console. It's like, shut up. Oh my God. Blech. Anyways.
It's been proven years ago that it can be played just as well on a controller.
I play Stellaris so much on console. Like, anyways, let's talk about our next game here. It's going to be a real problem. Puzzle Quest Immortal Edition, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series console, Switch, and PC. Moon, just take off the headphones. It is a remake of the very first Puzzle Quest game, plus all the DLC, plus new characters plus new story. That's a real problem,
Okay.
man. That first game was real good. So I don't know. I can't. I need to just have it escape my brain, like right now, and just say like, nope. Puzzle Quest 1, that was a 360 and PSP classic. You just can't. Nope, not gonna happen. Pick it up on your PS2. No, that's not never came out again. Certainly not a problem.
I think I got like halfway through the first one. I was like, man, I feel like every time I go to fight something, it's got like the perfect run against me, and I can never do anything. And everyone's like, oh no, that's not the first game, that's the second game. And I'm like, well, if I feel that in the first game, I'm not even touching the second game.
Wait, it gets worse? What the hell?
It's all of the games.
Yeah, it's all of it. Except for Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3. They found a way to prevent that quite a bit, which is nice. And last but not least here, Trails in the Sky first chapter comes out PS5, Switch 2, and PC. If you haven't seen this, they fully remade the first Trails game. So it's a totally different engine. I was going to say a totally different look. That's not really fair. It still looks like the first game, just kind of in a more 3D-ish engine.
Yeah, they've updated it. It's going from 2.5 to full 3D now.
Yeah,
so.
But still, like, looks like that first game. The character designs look really good. I saw someone post on some subreddit, I think it might have been the JRPG subreddit, about, like, why is it every once in a while Estelle's eyes get really big or they turn into like the side carrot bracket things? And I was like, that's just anime, man. Like they just they took the style and they put it in 3D, dude. Like they just it's still that game. So it looks
I'm super looking forward to this. My son just recently went through, because I have them on PC and I have it shared on Steam with my son, and he just went through and beat the original.
Oh, nice.
So that way he could compare it and play first chapter, because the whole thing with all of this is that the Legends of Hero Trails in the Sky, there weren't chapter names until the second game.
Yeah.
And so them adding chapter to this is bringing it all into
the connecting the whole
Cold
thing.
Steel and so Crossbells and all that. So this is bringing everything around. So there's some rewriting of the canon in the first game.
Sure, but
so
it's
that
like
certain characters show up, but it's not anything major.
That like it's the Yakuza Kiwami thing of like, have you wanted to start these games from the beginning? This would be a really good time. And people are like, oh my god, are they gonna make the second chapter? They haven't announced it. And it's like, maybe wait until someone finishes this game, and at the end they're like, haha, yeah, we're doing the second one. Like, just be a little bit patient, and while you're waiting, just go play this game, and then wait until the second one comes out, and then play that one, and wait until they remake all of those. Like,
I was gonna say, I hope they go all the way up to third chapter, because I don't think that one was only a PC release, I believe, in the West.
I think
so. I don't think that one got as much love.
PSP and PC.
PSP, yep,
and later PC. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But my God, and I hope they changed it a little bit at the very beginning, because if you play the original Trails in the Sky, until you get a third party member, the game is tough.
I played the beginning of that first one. That game is very hard. It is it is not pulling punches. Yeah. All right, that's all of our releases for this week, which means that's the end of our episode. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Everywhere to find and follow us is on the right-hand side of the page. Please don't forget to join our Discord server, collection of the greatest community and people on the internet, discord.tvgp.tv. Don't forget to hit up our Patreon, e1m1.cash.
The ones are apparently the numbers.
The $5 a month tier is a recommended one. Anything above and beyond that is greatly appreciated, and really only for your rich friends. If you can't support us financially, like, comment, subscribe on the YouTube videos. Don't forget there's a YouTube video that comes out. Sorry, there's a video version. That's how I like to say it. Of everything that hits the public feed. So you can see all of us talking about it and some gameplay and trailers and stuff like that. Don't forget to rate us positively for the any podcatcher you listen to. If you're gonna rate it negatively, like don't do that. And that stuff really, really, really does help. I think that's it. So, we'll see you all next week. Bye.
Bye-bye. Ta-ta.
Bye.
All right, Nimp. What are your titles?
My phone back on because it just went to sleep. All right, I have the Red Ant Incident.
Mm-hmm.
It does not say 2. So I danced the hula. He likes his stratagems. And the Mega Map.
All right, Moon. What do you have?
It doesn't say 2. Dance the hula. Obedient to democracy supports troops. You get a stratagem. Autocannon meta. We like big guns and we cannot lie. Everything but the pants. And Silksong of Dying Light.
The two that I wrote down from our shared list here are the Red Ant Incident and So I Danced the Hula. Is there anything else that's standing out for you guys? Anything that you like, you heard and you're like, that's got to be the one.
Everything but the pants makes me chuckle. But
Yeah,
that's just because it's me.
Mm-hmm. I'll write down everything but the pants. Biggest 90s hit here. Which ones are you guys leaning towards?
Everything but the pants, and I'm ready.
Jeez.
I'll circle it if we're good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But now I have to clear my mind of all the dirty thoughts that I currently have because I was chuckling.
Clear your mind of the pants.
Yeah, that way I can find that locker code again.
That's right. That's right.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 934 for September 15th, 2025. Everything but the pants.
They always stay on.
It's not my first naked run.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening and watching. We do greatly appreciate it. We'll see